Hello everybody, Over Easy Evan here, and today we are going to be discussing, is Valheim worth it in early access? Now, you may have heard of Valheim already, as it's become pretty huge in the first week or two that it's been released in early access. As of right now, it's actually the number 4 currently most top played game on Steam, so it definitely has blown up recently. But you might not know what it is, and if you don't, Valheim, it's a survival crafting open world game, and it has a Viking theme to it, which has been pretty big recently with games like Assassin's Creed. But unlike Assassin's Creed, Valheim has an open world survival crafting theme to it, and it's more focused on pure exploration and building. There's no real story to the game. There is, I won't get into it too much, but it's not as focused on a story or a dialogue, I suppose, as Assassin's Creed. Now, in Valheim, you can play on a server with up to 10 people as well, which is pretty cool if you're into the co-op aspect of it. But if not, it's completely fine. You can play solo, you can play on your own server as well. Valheim it's drawn comparisons to games like Minecraft, Terraria, Rust, or many of the other open world crafting games. Now, I don't know if I would say it's a lot like any of those. It does take inspiration from some of them, but I wouldn't say necessarily that it's like any of those. It's very much its own thing, and I think that's a good thing. Like I said, Valheim is in early access, but I will be the first to tell you, do not let that scare you. Valheim is very complete for an early access game. Now, they say on the Steam page that it's content-wise, it's not even close to being done. I think you can get a lot of content out of it already right now. They say that feature-wise, the game's about 75% complete, and content-wise, the game is about 50% complete. That being said, that actually excites me a lot about this game moving forward. There's quite a bit of content already, and if it's only 50% complete, that is very good. How much playtime can you get out of it? Might be a question you have. You might not want to invest all the money into it right away if you can only play 5 or 10 hours. Good news is that you can absolutely play a lot of Valheim. I've seen people with over 100 hours already. Myself, I have around 17 hours of Valheim already, and the game's been out less than 2 weeks. I have definitely been grinding it, and that's with playing other games as well. So you can certainly get quite a bit of Valheim. If you bought it now and the devs never added another thing to the game, you could easily get multiple days of gameplay. From what I've read around the internet, people have been getting around maybe 60 to 80 to maybe even 100 hours of gameplay before they complete all the content that's out there right now. So you can certainly get quite a bit of playtime out, and you can actually extend your playtime as well if you're focused on building. If you're the type of person that when you play Minecraft, you like to build massive grand towers and buildings and things like that, oh my god, you could get hundreds of hours of gameplay already. So that's a good thing about this game. In EA, you have a lot you can do. There's a lot of playtime you can get out of it. So with all that being said so far, it comes down to the decision of, is it worth it? And based on what I've said, I'm sure you know what I'm going to say. Yes, absolutely 100% yes. Valheim is $19.99, $20 right now on the Steam store. It's ridiculous to me that it's only $20 because the amount of content that you could already get, so worth it. I've played AAA games with less content that I put less hours into. One rule that I actually go by is, can I get double the amount of playtime in dollars spent? So for example, Valheim is $20. If I think I can get 40 hours of gameplay, I'm happy with it. If I get 40 hours and then never touch the game again, I'm happy with it. I think you could easily, like I said, you could easily get 40, 60, 80 hours of gameplay in Valheim easily, and you might accidentally do it without even realizing it. So yes, it's absolutely worth it. Some questions that I even had initially and that other people might have: is it worth it to get it if you're only going to play solo, if you're not going to play co-op? Because if you watch streams or YouTube videos, you might see a lot of people play in big groups, or groups of 2 or 3 people, groups of 8 or 9 or 10 people. I absolutely think yes, it's worth it solo. Like I said before, I've played around 17 hours. I would say 14 or 15 of those have been solo, and I have barely progressed solo. So it's 100% worth it. If you were going to only play solo, you can still get tons and tons of content out. Maybe if you were going to play in a group, you could get a little bit more. But I think overall, solo, group, go for it. Overall, it's an excellent game, and I'm really excited to see what they do because the devs, they're creating a roadmap, and there's going to be a lot more content released. So if you're a person that's afraid of early access, this might be the one that you should break your rule and go for. Valheim gets 2 thumbs up for me, and I think you should go ahead and try it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do end up deciding to pick up Valheim, please, in the comments, drop a comment and let me know what you thought and what you'd like to see added to the game. If you like this video, please think about dropping a thumbs up and subscribing. Definitely helps my channel out. Guys, thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you next time.